Welcome into DCTF Live, instant recaps at the UIL Football State Championships at NRG Stadium. I'm Max Thompson of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. That's Mike Craven. And Mike, we just watched one of the most dominant performances you will ever see at the 6A level. Katy beats Lake Travis 34-7 and cements its place as easily one of the most dominant defensive teams we have ever seen in Texas high school football history, regardless of classification. Just how impressive was that Katy defense?
All you got to do is look at the numbers. I don't think Lake Travis has been held under 10 points probably since Chad Morris, before Chad Morris was
then,
there.
Probably,
2006. Yeah. So Katy gave up 62 points this season.
Four a game? Less than four a game?
Less than 4 a game.
4 points a game.
Playoffs included. And that's insane at a Class 6A level. That's insane at any level. But at this level, against a Lake Travis team who puts up a lot of points, it's not a slouch team. They beat a Westlake team that was here earlier, 35-14 during the regular season. So that's a good Lake Travis team we just saw Katy completely smother and dominate for 48 minutes.
You know, we go through this every year. We're never quite sure how great Katy's going to be. With excellent program, and it has been for 20 years now. Last 2 seasons, it hasn't worked out for them. Cedar Hill got the best of them. But what sets this team apart? Obviously the defense, but on offense, talk about some of these playmakers they have.
Kyle Porter's really good, and when that defense gives the offense the ball as much as it does, it makes the opposing defense be out there for so long. And Kyle Porter starts getting up to 15, then 20, then 25 carries. Those arm tackles don't work anymore. Yeah. And he breaks those 5-yard rushes become 15, then they become 20, and then it's a 55-yard touchdown run that we saw at the end of the game to kind of seal it. So that's what Katy does. They a lot like Cedar Park in that way. They slowly beat you down. They play really good defense. They run the ball, and at the end, when you're tired, they put the hammer down, and it's over.
Hard to say if the home field advantage made any difference. Katy travels so well, but I do think it did play a big factor early on in the game. Lake Travis seemed completely overwhelmed by the moment, which isn't something you see very often, and the Katy crowd was all over them. How strange was it to see Lake Travis making really silly mistakes?
It was odd, and I think the energy in the crowd probably had a little bit something to do with it. It was a little tame here throughout the weekend, and the Katy game was kind of the first time you saw the crowd make an impact, draw some offsides, things like that. But I think what really got Lake Travis out, that early interception, and they just faced some adversity and never were able to get back, and Katy's defensive line and front seven really dominated, and without any running game, they weren't able to do anything consistently.
Larger picture this weekend, attendance was a bit disappointing. This final game was really exciting, but the numbers still weren't there. Houston's been great hosts, but what do you think it does for the long term going forward when we have these kinds of crowds in Houston compared to AT&T Stadium, where we had almost 3 times as many for a lot of games?
I think the numbers are a little skewed. I think some of the programs that were here wouldn't have drawn as much in Dallas as they would have in the last couple of years with some of the big-time power programs like Allen, Cedar Hill being there. But another part of it is that this is Houston's first time in a long time. So there's probably not the buzz around the city that built around DFW the last couple of years. You don't have friends telling other friends, hey, you need to come out here for the weekend. So I think if Houston had it for a couple of years, the numbers would grow, but they would never match DFW, and that's probably why we see it there more often than not moving forward.
It also didn't help that we had a lot of blowouts, a lot of lopsided games, a lot of weird games. Lake Travis,
injuries.
Yeah, a lot of injuries. That kind of took the wind out of the sails this weekend. Lake Travis fans were leaving, between the 3rd and 4th quarters, and it's hard to blame them, obviously. But overall, Houston's been a great host. We've had a great time.
Yes.
I need a lot of sleep now.
Yes.
But I'm extremely sad the season is over. But what a way to finish it. Just complete show-stopping action by the Katy Tigers. It is an appropriate way to end the season. At least we're going out with a bang.
Yes.
Appreciate all your help this weekend.
I appreciate being here. It's always fun. Best state in the world when it comes to football. No doubt about it.
Best weekend of the year. Thanks so much to you guys for watching, and we'll see you next year.